Hey everybody. So not in my car, obviously insurance video here as well. But we've been, or I've been really putting a huge focus on insurance really the last week and a half. Again, we've been able to hire an awesome operations manager to come in and help the business. So more to come on her. But we've really just been putting a huge focus on everything that we need to do to properly prepare really to scale and to grow into next year. So we're still doing lots of things. We're still quoting and obviously, helping people and going after business. But we're talking with new carriers. We're trying to get new carriers, everything and anything we can do. And so I've been in the weeds for, again, the last probably 10 days, pretty heavily in the insurance side. More so than I've been in the last couple months. And we were able to we got several quotes going. And I wanted to kind of share with you one of the quotes we just got back from a carrier who's a great carrier, seemed to be very competitive, especially on the home insurance side. And somebody that we're new to, so it's a new relationship for us. We don't have a policy with them yet, but they've been competitive. They basically are first in line on this client as far as offering the best insurance for the best value that we could find. And so we submitted everything, and this is what they gave back to me, right? So this is given back to me, and I want you guys to understand like what these carriers are going through, not what they're going through, what they're asking of insurance people. And this isn't just me, right? This is across the board. But I thought this one was just pretty crazy. All right, so they come back and said, hey, yeah, we'll do it contingent on you doing this, and then we will review it again, right? So it's basically saying, yeah, hey, sure, we're interested, but we need you to submit this stuff, and then we'll review it again and see if we're still interested, which is crazy when you think of just the math of how I kind of do the pay and insurance, which, whatever your policy is, I would generally make, as far as total commission goes, around 12%. Now, sometimes it's a little lower, sometimes a little higher. I just run 12%, right? It's a policy around like $1,500. So we're talking 12%, right? Less than $200 is what this would pay me, right? So look at my time, right? So I've got all the upfront time of getting the information, getting it input, shopping the carriers, figuring out who's offering the best deal, submitting stuff, getting stuff back, submitting more stuff. And now I'm hit with this, right? So there's arguably several hours of time already in to get to this point. And then this is what they come back and ask for. Submit 1 to 2 photos of each side of the exterior of the home, as well as 1 to 2 photos of each interior room. Repeat the above for any structure on the property, such as a shed, garage, pool, cabin. We have to tell them how old the water heater is, and by doing so, if it doesn't have a date on it from a picture, we have to take a picture of the label on there and submit that to them. How old is the roof? What's the material made out of, right? If they don't know, a lot of times roof age is unknown. When somebody bought it and the person before them didn't put it on, they just don't know. It kind of gets lost. And if we don't have any documents, such as receipts, we need to take photos of the roof so they can properly get a good guess for themselves if we don't have proof, right? Does the home have copper plumbing? If not, please let us know what plumbing it has. Take photos. So got to be crawling in the crawl space to take photos of the plumbing here. Does it have any of the following: knob and tube wiring, aluminum wiring, or circuit breakers? Please specify which, basically with photos and proof. Again, pretty crazy stuff. I'm having to go in and take photos, right? So the situation when we're quoting the homeowner's insurance the most, right, is when people are, of course, buying a home. So they don't have access to do this. Well, I can't call the seller. So I'm an insurance agent. Now, luckily, obviously a real estate agent as well. So yes, I can basically, book a show and go out, take photos on all this behalf. But if I was just a regular insurance agent, this would be hard to come by, right? I'm having to chase people down. I'm trying to call the listing agent to then get a hold of the seller, right, in order to try to get photos, because I can't approve the policy until this is done. So it's not like that this is good to go, and we have sometimes these companies will give you like 30 days after the policy has been issued, so after the closing date to do it. That's not terrible. as again, your people are in the home and they can kind of help you there. And then the last thing here, has a client ever been declined, canceled, or non-renewed by another insurance company? If so, please explain why. That's a big deal. These companies hate if you've ever lapsed in payments, been declined, or somebody's ever canceled you / non-renewed. They hate that. It's a huge risk for them. So then we got, of course, get all the mortgage information for it, submit that in. And this is just all for a chance that they may offer the policy. That will also be a chance that the home buyer might decide to do business with us, meaning we might give them the best deal. They may just decide, you know what, we definitely wanted to, because of what you guys bring to the table, we want you guys on our side if something ever happened. They may do that, or they may not. So we're talking hours and hours, right? And this home is in Sweetwater, all right? So it's an hour away. So we got 2-hour round trip, plus the time in there, plus the time uploading, right? So we're talking, arguably the time all this is done, probably somewhere between a total of 4 to potentially even 10 hours of time on this for an opportunity to potentially make, I'll call it $200. And that's before everything, right? That's not just $200 before taxes. That's before fees. That's before helping pay for software. That's before a split that this company gets as well, right? So arguably, and as well as commission, right, with an employee, right? And so when she's inputting this information, not only am I paying her to do that, but she's also going to get a percentage of that, right? And so arguably, the time on hand, my return is $5 an hour in insurance. Now, hopefully, right, this scales in years, right, when you get lots of policies, right, it does come back. That's my hope and theory, at least. But yeah, there's not a lot of money in insurance. I said that really weird. Insurance in the short term. But yeah, just want to kind of give you guys a video. See, sometimes, for people that's come to me, got a quote, and I come back and I say, hey, I don't have anything, or you share me what you have now. Don't come back. I'm just being honest. Some of this stuff is so complicated right now. It's very hard to write new business. It's a lot easier for the most part to be on the renewal side, because there's not as much change other than probably your premium going up a little bit. Crazy stuff. I'm going to keep updating and doing more videos on the insurance as we kind of stay in the weeds here, really building the structure, the systems, the processes of everything. But as always, guys, if you ever have questions on insurance, questions about real estate, always feel free to holler. Have a great day.